working. Yay! How's my hair? I'm not that vain, but sometimes my hair does do crazy things. It's really weird because I have to check there, look there, check there. It looks okay. Looks fine. Oh, man. It's getting a little damp in here with the window closed, but yeah, I don't want to turn on the fan, my little tower fan over here, because I don't have an AC. And AC is not that common. It's getting more common since more people are getting solar panels, so they are getting ACs because yeah, then it's energy efficient. But not all of them. And since this is I rent, if I need an AC, I probably need to open up some walls or something. So it's not something I can install without approval of my renter. Hi James, how are you? Good to see you. It's been a while. Well, it's less than a week because last thing I did was last Wednesday, right? That was the Gen Con list. I'm not planning to do one tomorrow because basically, well, Gen Con has started and I don't think there will be many titles. Maybe at the end of this stream we can check how many titles I still have to do. But tomorrow is going to be a busy day and I might be super tired. Yeah, I'm even going to ask for another week of vacation tomorrow. If my team doesn't mind if I take another week off. I only took 2 weeks off. Normal people take 3 weeks off for vacation. I've been working in my backyard. There were some issues with the delivery of the supplies, the new fence, the new tiles and everything. It's all here, but now I'm digging through my backyard and I'm finding this big of tree roots that I basically need to pull through for my fence. I cannot move my entire fence. Well, technically I could. That's something we could consider. Because currently I'm working from the back side to the front. I was doing the left side and the back side and then this. But if I work the other way around, I might skip those nasty places. That's something to consider. Remeasure where the poles go and hopefully I will skip the roots because currently those are huge roots and I don't know from which because there's just a little bush on the neighbor's side and I don't have a tree anymore or a big tree anymore, so those roots should be dead because that tree has been gone for like 15 years. So but yeah, I'm currently very stuck in what I want to do and it's annoying. It's really annoying. But yeah, maybe if I work from the other side, then it should work. It's something to consider. I'll discuss it with my son tomorrow morning, because maybe it will make stuff easier. If I still hit roots on the new spots, then yeah, I'm stuck. I need to find a way to get rid of those without hiring an entire machine to break everything open. I do have a chainsaw. I might get the chainsaw in, but it's digging also into the dirt, which isn't good for the chainsaw. I need to oil it up a lot. But as the last resort, maybe I have to. But yeah, so I'm 2 weeks off. Last week I didn't do a coffee crowdfunding because of all the work I'm doing in the backyard. It's heavy work. It's super hot. Well, last week it was super hot, so I was sweating. I got a I think I changed t-shirts after showering, but yeah, it's been a lot, and I'm soaking wet from just sweat. Not right now because I took a nice shower, but I never taken that many showers. Like every day an extensive warm shower, because that's nice, because everything aches, all your muscles ache, and if you take a warm shower, then the muscles relax a little bit, so it's nice. But normally I don't shower that long or that much. So been a while. And I lost my train of thought because suddenly I was talking about my backyard and now I'm showering. But yeah, last week I got a cold because of that. I was soaking wet, and at some point I was just looking for a cool spot because it was, I think, high 80s, low 90s somewhere, and I was working. I didn't get sunburn, but yeah, I clearly got a tan, as you can see. Clearly a tan from working in the backyard, because my backyard is facing east, so I get the sun in the morning, and that's in the whole backyard basically, except when it passes a big tree that's on this corner across the street. Then it faces, if it's due south, then yeah, in the winter it's not as much because there's a big gymnastics building next to me, well, next to my neighbor, but yeah, otherwise it's full in the sun. And then because it's summer, the sun will turn that way, coming from the west, and yeah, the backside of my backyard is still full in the sun, where the most work needs to be done. At some point we were working in shade, and that's probably when I got the cold, because I was soaking wet from sweat with the cool breeze coming over me. I'm glad I didn't get ammonia or something like that, but yeah, I had a cold, so I couldn't do last week's coffee crowdfunding, which means that this week I'm doing 2 weeks. I'm at 20 pages on Kickstarter. Normally we're around 11, 12, so it's not that bad. Some campaigns have ended in the meantime, so sorry if you missed them. I'm sorry. Also, this week is Gen Con week, and my son and I have a lot of FOMO. Really a lot of FOMO. This time last year we were in the United States. Almost for a week now. No, we started the 25th. So we would have been 4 days. So we would have been done with Boston and into New York. So yeah, we missed those. And yeah, Gen Con is coming. Yep, James, Gen Con is upon us. And I miss it. I had an amazing time at Gen Con. If I financially could, I would go to Gen Con every year. Really, I would. But it's not possible. Basically, I do my backyard now right now, which costs a lot of money. New fence, new tiles. I need sand to place the tiles. I need more equipment, all sorts of stuff. So before you know it, I had a professional company take care of what was already in my backyard. Basically, get rid of all the unwanted greenery, which was basically all the greenery what is in my backyard. I'm gonna fully tile it, which is, I don't think it's forbidden, but it's frowned upon. But I don't have green thumb. Me and yard work, no. So yeah, I'm gonna fully tile it. I will place some pots for some plant work, so I still have something. But yeah, mostly it will be a fully tiled backyard. But yeah, I haven't started tiling yet, and I was hoping to have at least half the backyard done by now. We had some issues, so that's why I'm asking for an extra week off to be able to do that. So yeah, nothing is sore. Well, I do feel it in a little bit in my lower back, but nothing major. It's not like I cannot sit for Well, technically I should sit up this straight, and I see I'm not even centered. So now I'm centered, yay! But now I'm covering my own name. So yeah, that. So my mother is helping me. My mother is turning 69 this year. Well, turned 69 5 days ago. So she's nice and she's helping me out a lot. For for a person her age, she is a better condition than I have. This time I didn't faint, but I was, yeah, I just ran out of energy, so I had to lay down. And it looked like I fainted, but I didn't have the energy to get up anymore, so I had to lay down for a while. Which, yeah, well, it scared a couple of people. And my son is helping me, so, and this morning and tomorrow morning I will continue, but I also have to do some translations for Horrible Guild. I have to finish the translations for Railroad Tiles to Dutch, and the newest expansion for Evergreen. So I think I will have Railroad Tiles finished tomorrow evening, and then I will say that the Evergreen will be this weekend. So yeah, that's about my vacation. Well, I do also have I had a match yesterday and we won, so that's a good thing. We are still number 2 in our division because we played a game less. Well, 2 games less, I believe. Let me check. We have 2 less points because you get 2 points for winning a game, 1 point for tying. I know softball you don't play for a tie. In our case, you can. So let's see. There we are. Let's see what the standing is currently. We won 15-12. Yeah, we only played 4 games. We are 4 out of 4, so we are at 8 points. The number 1 is 5 out of 6. So basically, if we win 1 more, we are at the top because we have the same amount of points but less games. We still have to catch up on 1, which means we have 4 more games. 2 against the Red Caps, 1 against Quick Rocks, which is the number 1 right now, and 1 against HCAW, which is a big company. So yeah, we are still leading, and that's a good thing. But yeah, since I'm covering 2 weeks, I should start already, but it's my vacation. I can make it a little later. I only have 4 coffees because that's basically every time that's what I get during grocery shopping. I get 4 coffees. This time it's just the store brand because there was no sale on any other. So I'm drinking that, and we'll see how it goes. And I need to sit up straight because otherwise I will feel my lower back a lot. And I'm wearing a root shirt, which I still will be wearing tomorrow when I'm doing yard work. It will get dirty, then I will clean it. And then otherwise I wear 2 different shirts each day, and oh, that's a lot of laundry. I do have to do my towels soon because all that showering you go through your towels very quickly. Shall we start? I am excited to see what I have been missing for the past 2 weeks. So let's go. There we go. For the people who are watching this and are new to my coffee and crowdfunding, or watching this later on YouTube, because even though it's a live stream, it will still appear on YouTube. There are some rules I live by. 1, I will not do RPG stuff, so everything that's 5th edition. I will not do STL files, 3D printing. I will not do dice, board game tables, rarely, and all those of stuff. I will skip. Most likely I will skip tarot cards as well, because tarot is basically a game on itself. Is it really a game? I never played or used tarot cards, but it's just a set of cards, and most likely I will skip other sets of cards as well. I will only look at English and Dutch campaigns. Dutch I can translate easy for you. I might be able to do German, French, or other languages, but I will butcher them, and let's not do that. Let's keep it nice, right? Anything. I will open like 10ish in different tabs. Open one and go back, open one and come back. Navigation on all the platforms that I use are, well, not as you want, because yeah, it will, yeah, I don't know, it will just jump up and down, and it's hard to find. So I will open them in different tabs, about 10ish of them, and then I will go through those 10, then I will continue. If I open one, that's the big one. If I open one and I see it use generative AI, it gets this button. Generative AI means bye bye. I'm not a supporter of generative AI. So now you know. You can use AI in other ways. AI as in a spell checker or grammar checker. Sure, maybe even translation, but I prefer that you use a translator, because even though the translators are getting better, it's not perfect. Sometimes the translation doesn't work because it's a proverb or something like that. Then you need to find the proper proverb in the other language, and if it's a wordplay, that's even harder. And so yeah, just get a translator. I do translation work currently, and looking forward to getting my copy of Railroad Tiles and Evergreen with everything new. So yeah, shall we just start? Looking at where I ended up, Warfighter was the last of them, so we're over at Honor and Infamy. I think we didn't do that. It's a print and play, so. But then Boots moving up and down again is a 5th edition, so that's D&D. This is skirmish game. Oh, 3D printing, did I say? Yeah, I said STL files. We're not doing 3D printable stuff, which means sometimes you go, okay, this game this clearly uses AI, but they don't say it, but it clearly uses AI. So I'll open it, but yeah, it clearly uses AI. If it doesn't mention AI, it should. Northwest 2nd print run. I never played the first game. Commanding voice a Dungeon Master helper. An app that keeps track over the battlefield with your voice. Meh. Rulebook errata tabs. From rulebook tabs, never lose track of changes designed to work with official errata. Okay, I'm curious about this one. It's a separate category, but I'm curious what they mean with that. 5th edition, the 5th file, the 3D printable. A cube organizer for what? What is 3D printing? Science of the World. Hack 28, a skirmish war game. Make your inner crone cackle. Okay, more 3D printing. Mystery dice gobbling, mystery dice party bags. So there's mystery dice, you don't know what you're getting. 3D printing. Tabletop RPG, pin up STL files. Tiefling, Zodiac, nope. Dice roll for roast and donuts, caffeine, most colorful. Starbucks inspired coffee bean dice. Tabletop RPG. It does go faster that way. So STL files, Haunted Vale, the Bayou. We're still not at 10, so Echoes of Ascension before start. It sounds like an RPG, but I only know when I open it. YOLO Tarot. Well, that's tarot cards with YOLO art. Drawing code. There's also 3D printing barbecue coop. Barbecue? A summer team D&D side quest. Okay. Well, this is all in Japanese, so I have no idea what's going on here. Sometimes they have a little bit of English, but this has nothing. And it's also copyright on toys instead of games. This is what annoys me now on Kickstarter. I say tabletop games. I filter on tabletop games, but I get more stuff. Stuff I didn't ask for. I said tabletop games. I didn't say toys. I went through games, tabletop games. So don't filter other stuff. I went down the filter line. The Spanish triumph over Napoleon's army. Well, the Dutch had the same thing. On roll for the future of play. 50 games to life. I have a feeling those are not the 50 things I'm using. World building blueprints. That's for your own story. Candy, D&D dice. Now, well. Let's look at honor and infamy. Oh, come on. Okay, I need my copy now because I don't have one yet. It only has a risk thing. This is just too little. They're getting closer to their goal, but choose your class, roll the dice, unleash your abilities. But yeah, I don't know how it exactly works, but they have tried the demo. Now, this is not how to build a page, so let's continue to the next one. Borders and black flags. See, now you have a nice thing. It's a low model count miniature skirmish game of piratical boarding actions. Okay, how do we play? Learn to lie. Why would you learn that? You can lie or you can't. Is it a skill you can learn, lying? Sure, you can get a little bit better at it, but it's like these are your liar's dice. Oh, trademarked. Again, text in image. It's so annoying. You cannot see that I'm dragging the image, but I am. Learn to move. Learn to fight. I don't need to learn that. Learn to move is basically roll and move. Learn the seas. Learn to win. Why would I need to learn that? And then they have their own videos. The rules. Yeah. Pledge levels, add-ons. You get the STL files, or are those add-ons? Previews. Who did a preview? Nobody I know. Yeah, this is not doing it for me. Okay, use of AI. Some supporting artwork of the project was created with the assistance of deep AI. The concept-based and creative direction were entirely developed by human creators. We already knew that when I saw the basic picture. I first sold out completely. We're back with the second print run. Well, congratulations. I am not familiar with the game. New gameplay. Swap in Tails cubes. The extended core gameplay. You replace 10 memento cubes with new campfire tail cubes. Roll and spin your tail. Push your luck. And then they have a solo playthrough. And some reviews. Pink teammates, a cozy. Hey, it's Matthew. Honestly, legitimately, it has shot up the top of games I want to hunt down. Bits and biology, I don't know them. And localization has been done with AEG. And I believe this should be a Dutch flag, not a Luxembourgian flag, but when you never know. But it only talks about new game. Wait, mountain blocks? 7 mountain blocks. How are these 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's a combination of things. 5 by 5 is 50. 25. Oh man, math. 5 times 5 is 25. Not 50. 25 goes only by 3, so some are 3, some are a little bit bigger. Campfire cubes, ranger cards. Okay. And then you have a solo summit. Was it a solo only game? No, solo expansion. So now you can play it solo. That's cool. How much is it? Oh, solo and campfire. Oh, just the expansion 24. Core game, both 48 euros, 55 bucks. Well, that's decent. Okay, rulebook errata. Oh, the instruction video is done with AI. Okay. Bye bye. I'm not gonna even learn what you're about. Too bad. Hack 28. Board Game Bird, good to see you. Hack 28, a skirmish war game to make your inner crone cackle. What is my inner crone? Ah, cool. Stretch goals and risks. This is still text, right? Yeah. Then why don't we have story at the top? If you have a story element. Killy things. 5 times of hack. Crone is witch. Oh yeah. Oh, I remember from Agatha all along. Yeah. Mother Maiden Crone. Should have known. To be fair, that series has been a couple of months ago now, maybe even more. But I don't have a witch. But that explains the cackle as well. So it's a skirmish game, which means, well, miniatures versus miniatures. But not clear on how it works. It says stretch goals. It's only the Frost Hag, Bolt Hag, Hag STL, and Dance of the Blood Moon expansion. Yeah. Not sure. Haunted Vale. Even this picture looks clearly AI. Our project is not raising funds for AI tools, nor are we using content that was generated by AI. We have used AI to generate some of the prototype graphics. So you are using content that was generated by AI. The final work will be in it. I don't care. Bye bye. Echoes of Ascension. The Song of Creation. Before the stars burned and rivers ran, there was a song of creation. Okay. Here we go. Images for cards based on my own ideas. Okay, Belen, 1808, the Spanish triumph over Napoleon's army. I forgot when we won over Napoleon, but yeah, only risks. I hate it. Campaign en Espanol. And then it's a whole post where you can look for the Spanish. Well, I'm glad I'm looking at the English one. First copy down, 3 more to go. I'm still not close, so it's a chit war game. Okay, nothing wrong with that. And all Narcissus, neoprene dice tray. Oh, that's always nice. I have one. Modeling tweezers and 50 resin markers. Okay, and then all in. So instead of the chits, you get everything in resin. STL resin markers. And then retailer. How to play. Well, it's chit war game-ish kind of thing. So you have to move Oh, you move over the map. Okay. It's not exactly like an hexagonal grid. Wood blocks with stickers. So instead of just a small cardboard token. Command range template. Oh, that's all nice. Counter tray, everything. It's clearly a war game. Yeah, but it's not an hexagonal. It's more a skirmish kind of thing, which I used to have with Star Wars not Rebellion, Star Wars Armada. We had the same idea, arrange, find fighters and stuff. It was kind of cool, but it never hit the table anymore, so I got rid of it. Pixply, a rollable digital board game for unlimited games, and then 50 plus. Is that still unlimited? I don't know. Do you use AI for that thing? No. Sustainable design. Okay, it looks nice, but it's all your super classic games. Here we have Go. We have all sorts of other type of games. It goes way too fast to name them all, and I don't know them all. Well, chess, Ludo, backgammon, Six Men's Morse, Othello. I don't know them all, but yeah. These were just the easiest ones to do. Is Sorry also part of it? Apparently not. Alright. But yeah. Most people just have a tablet where you can play this and just slide, and then that's why would I buy this? Oh wait, they have I saw one. Where is it? Where is it? Come on. Yeah, come on. Give me, yeah, there we go. No, that was a different one. They have to be in the 4 in the corners. Come on. Backgammon. Yeah, they have is it called Sorry? In Dutch it's called Mens erg je niet. So human don't get annoyed. Yeah, see, Sorry. With all this clutter. To be fair, I don't have all these games. Which one do I have? I have a Scrabble. I have a Battleship somewhere. Do I still have it? I don't think so. Trivial Pursuit I might have somewhere. And that's it. But they have 2 copies of Battleship, so that's already redundant. Jenga. Yeah, that's clearly an AI image. Clearly. And Jenga. I'm sorry. This thing cannot replace Jenga. How do we stack blocks in this thing? It was clearly made for disc movement or whatever. And I think Battleship doesn't work either, because then you need to have 2. But yeah. We put a big AI image on it and like, Okay. Let's continue, because we have lots more to go. RPG dice was skipped. World Builder Blueprints, nope. D&D dice, nope. Stones and Rivers, 2nd edition. Outpost, Infiltrate, Secure, Extract. Dirty missions in the 3rd millennium. Web of Life, a solo game of food chain building. Okay. A Secret Place, where deep conversations includes Christ. Why are we forced to talk about Jesus? I don't. If I want to talk about it, I will talk about it. But don't force me to talk about it. Okay, Eternal. Rolgen Quest. Sometimes the name just pains me. Figures for an army. Mega Dungeon for the Shadow Walk RPG in hardcover. Okay, that's RPG. A solo co-op war game. Yeah. And this Zuvadis. Yeah, I didn't like that name either. I haven't played it. Age of Bitcoin. Basically, launder your money through digital crap. I'm not a big fan of Bitcoin. It was presented as a new way to be able to pay stuff, and now it's basically a stock exchange kind of thing, where you try to sell high and buy low, and basically it's a Ponzi scheme because it will mostly do this, but only if new people enter. If new people don't enter, it will do this. 3D printing tech for micro RC cards. That's toys. That's not even the Chilena football card games. And why is this in Texas? It's Chilena. Official card game of the football emoji. Okay. We're almost at 10ish. It's somehow an even more valueless currency than flat. Yep. Than fiat. True. True. The Chance of the Nameless Maw. That sounds as RPG. Come on. Plunderfolk. Pre-supported high-quality 3D printable miniatures. Concept art was AI assisted. Oh, then we can easily skip. 3 islands. Let's join the crew on 5 and 5.5. And the old train print. You have a train that's printable for war game, but I'm like, is that a house on a car? On a train car? I'm like, that feels big. Goats and Goblins, a quick and fun game of greedy goblins, if you say so. Trails and Tales, there's a role-playing game. Bird Song is a roll and write bird watching game. So basically it's Wingspan, the roll and write. Okay, that should be enough for now. We're almost halfway through already, by the way. So it goes quick, very quick today. Stones in Rivers. Control the currents of strategy. Doesn't look like an AI game, no, but it has this nasty, like, this is an image. Why would you do that? Okay, how to play. All the pieces have 2 sides, a stone and a riverside. Stones are good for blocking, short pushes and scoring. Rivers are great for moving pieces across the board quickly. On your turn, do one of the following. Move a piece, push a piece, flip a piece, rotate the river. Okay. Every piece can move 1 space unless it moves onto a river, then it can flow across the board. Okay. Wow, it really can move. Okay, cool. And you can use other ones as well. You can flip to a stone or a river. Okay, you can rotate the river. Sure, makes sense. Push a piece by moving and pushing one along. And if you wait, you push as a river, push it and flows that way, and then oh, okay. Yeah, it kind of feels like Go with movement. But then the stones are also there. It's like Go meets kind of chess with push mechanism. It has a Kafnas bag, not a canvas bag. It has a Kafnas bag. You know, that's why you don't want an image with text. Now you have to redo the whole image if you didn't save a proper file with layers that is easily adjustable. Because now you have a typo. You cannot just go into the editor and fix the typo. No, you have to go re-upload the image. And if you don't rename the image, then Kickstarter will say, well, that's the same image, why would I replace it? But it's a kind of nice abstract little game. I like abstract games. So this is the first one. 3 created, so they did something before. 26, only in the United States, so I'm not able to get it, but it looks kind of cute. That's clearly an abstract game, and they are already funded, so that's good for them. And drop trooper outpost, infiltrate, secure, extract. And we only have risk and environmental commitments. That's it. And then all this text, and this is so small. I'm standing like 2.5 feet from my monitor, and I have a big monitor. Well, not huge, but a big one. And I have a hard time reading this. To be fair, I'm not wearing my glasses, but today I was standing over 30 feet away from my microwave, and I could still tell the time on the clock of my microwave. So my eyesight isn't that poor. Closer up, it might be a little bit less, but this is still farther than reading distance. And I can make out the letters, but it's straining my eyes, so please don't do that. Are they the same size? Yeah, they are the same size, but I just hate text on image. I just don't like it. What are we all getting? I'm confused. I see a lot of cool miniatures, but that's about it. So yeah, we have to fight somehow, but how many players is this? Did I miss that in the beginning? No, is it just miniatures? TLDR, this is a 21-day long campaign. It's coming with 20 models. All prices are in New Zealand dollars. The current rate at 15. Okay. Yeah. Not for me. Web of Life, a solo game about food chain building. Well, basically, my food chain is I move to get to the grocery stores and get stuff. That's my chain. I know there's a lot in front of it, but yeah. How to play Web of Life solo card game, where you build a scientifically accurate ecosystem by playing species cards, each representing a real organism from the natural food chain. Every card has a defined trophic level from producers to apex predators, and a unique effect that can influence your hand layout or deck itself. Each turn, refill your hand to 3 cards and play one to activate its effect and expand your food web. I find it a weird name, a food web. So this organism, this is a scientific name, which is always cool, but yeah, a card level, I don't know what the level means, but yeah, organism icon. Prey, what does it eat? Predator, what does it get eaten by? An Asiatic golden cat. Get eaten by a lion and a bear, apparently. If I look at this clearly, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. So you play the card, but then you also gain it. Okay. Yeah, I get that, board game board. Artwork is fine. Shipping EU $16 for a game that's 11. Why does it cost that much to get it from the UK? Physical edition and a digital edition. Print and play, that would be the one I would go for. And for retailers. Yeah, if shipping is more than the game itself, I'm already out. For me. The artwork looks fine. Doesn't feel unique though. So I agree with you, Board Game Bart. Card game decide to promote God. And I'm using also ChatGPT. What is ChatGPT? Chat God's biblical transcriptor. Well, I never heard of it, but yeah, okay, never mind. AI, bye. ChatGPT. Okay, it's something new. The eternal cycle from sun to plant. Well, we haven't seen that one before, have we? From plant to prey, from prey to predator, and so on as the cycle. We just had a card game that did this. Prototype. And this is even worse because I don't see the nice images that I saw in the previous one. Okay. Rollgen Quest with chibi artwork. A fantasy roll and write board game of dungeon delving, monster slaying, treasure looting, and tactics. Lead your heroes to glory. Don't we already have Dungeons and Dice, or Dice and Dungeons? Dice Pen, yeah, Dice Pen can use AI, so we cannot guarantee it's AI-less. I must assume that you have AI. That's the. I think the idea of Dice Pen is cool. Just to cooperate with other people who try to make a roll and write and keep the cost of production low. I get that. But if they use AI, and then maybe you shouldn't. Okay, a solo co-op tabletop war game of memory, survival, and legacy. Well, I forgot that I had to survive, and that's my legacy. Ah, crap. Bye-bye. Next. Age of Bitcoin. You would suspect it uses AI. No, it doesn't. Could have fooled me, by the way, but okay. They say they don't. It's doing very well because I have seen this in bigger channels promoting this one. 1 to 4 players. But I'm not a big Bitcoin fan, so it's definitely not for me. You make a game about Bitcoin and your MSRP is in US dollars. Come on. Commit. Commit. Say how much Bitcoin it is. Come on. You'd have done that. So many Bitcoins, which is about that much US dollars. Because, yeah, Singapore dollars, I don't know. Add-on character Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin. That does look AI generated, to be honest. 5K vision, buy or sell. Yeah, it's just a stock game, stock market game. Look out for the bubble crash. Yeah, sometimes it does that. So it's Bitcoin versus gold. Yeah. English rule, Thai, German, Spanish, French, Italy. How to play. Yeah. That's what I meant. I saw some people doing these. It's not a theme that I would appreciate, but yeah. But I should have committed on showing value in Bitcoin. I know, I don't believe Kickstarter supports Bitcoin itself, so you couldn't say, well, the goal is that many Bitcoin, but it's a Singapore dollars. And they're funded. I don't know if it's really unique compared to other stock exchange, stock market kind of things, but yeah. It did look the best. It did look proper, and that's why it's also went this way. But this is a theme that's just not hitting me. And it's still an opinion. Still doing opinion. I'm not saying if the game is good or what based on gameplay, but it's first view. And sometimes the games suck. But sometimes the game is just not for me. Beautiful game in your pocket. I think that's a standard tuck box kind of thing. A game so realistic it has its own fan club and tabloid media. 5 minutes, 2 players, 7 and up. So it's very simple. Again, not using the side menu, and yellow on white just hurts my eyes. I'm sorry. Chilena is competitive, intuitive, end-to-end football action. Is it? And then you Rooney versus Manchester. Wow, Ronaldinho versus Villarreal. Oh, nice. Zlatan versus England. Which goal was that? Was that? Oh, that. Yeah, that was a nice goal. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you're not the biggest fan of duel games. Yeah, I prefer solo or 3-player. Duel games rarely hit the table over here. Sometimes I play with my mother, rarely with my son for some reason. Pass, dribble, shot, corner. Wow, that looks so realistic. Rebound, +1 goal. Penalty, +1 goal. Not every penalty goes in. You can play a save against that. Yeah, it's just tactical game. So these are silhouettes based on other players, apparently. Not people I know. Stock snap via Pixabay. Okay. I like football, but not like that. Okay, Goats and Goblins. A quick fun game of greedy goblins. 2 to 6. Play a card game. Okay. No AI. Your pesky goats has escaped again. You can hear them bleating. There's a bleh. For help. Inside the treacherous cave, you and your fellow goblin herders must go down and retrieve them, but you discover loads of mysterious gold, precious gems, and lovely trinkets in the shaft as you explore. New plan, the goblin who can retrieve the most treasure from the risky depths win. So, who cares about the goats? It's in the title, but who cares, right? It's quick, it's fun, it's quality. Okay. Someone starts as the cave leader and they announce how deep into the cave they are going. Everyone will vote if they're in or out. The cave leader will draw cards from the deck. If they draw a value of 3 cave-ins is drawn, or if successful, everyone who voted in, including the cave leader, will split the treasure. All players may play cards to help or hinder the expedition. Okay, if the expedition fails, only those who voted out will split the treasure. Okay, it's fairly. You know, I never played Diamond or Ink and Gold. But if you say so, Pork and Bart, it might be. It's very simple gameplay. Fortress of Ravenshire, I enjoyed it. I think I still have it somewhere. Wasn't amazing, but I did enjoy it. And 2 to 4 players. Fortress of Ravenshire has a solo mode as far as I know. And Cult of the Deep, never played that one. You can hinder. Well, okay. Dice Tower review for Mark Street. Fast chaotic. Yeah, I understand that's fast. Really fun to play. Shipping. Yeah, these are type of games that I like. Okay, I hope they will get made, and maybe if it's not too expensive, because 18 euros, that's not that much. But yeah, if I get 10 bucks extra, so basically half a game extra, and that's without sales tax and import tax and all those kind of things. So basically I pay more than double of the game, and then I'm out. That's why I rarely support smaller. This just that small window in like, okay, I can support this because it's not too expensive to ship to me, or this game is just too expensive to get anyway, like $200 or $300 type of game. If you go all in, I try to go for the all in because yeah, I want everything. There's a small window in between that I back stuff. Birdsong, a roll and write game, 10 to 33 minutes. People. You can go to Sunto Park, Big Bend, Galapagos Island, New Zealand, Everglades, and Glacier Bay. Sure, there are not many nice birds over here in the Netherlands. I'm not gonna lie, that's true. I wouldn't make one of our nature reserves. I saw one TikTok video, I believe, or YouTube short. I don't know which one it was. That somebody was on vacation in Netherlands, and the Netherlands doesn't have a forest, so we moved to Belgium. Like, we do have forests, they're just not huge. But we do have forests. Come on, around my city alone we have like 4. It's just, how big of a forest do we want to go? No, we don't have a Yosemite Park kind of forest. Because basically our country is too small. So they went to the Ardennes, which is a lot of green and forest. Yeah, that's big. But yeah, we are a very condensed city. We don't have that much space for big forest. And some forests you cannot go to because they are natural reserves. You can observe a bird or make a dawn observation. I don't know what that is. Or make preparations. If you complete a row of or a column, you earn bonuses or ability score. What's in the box? 3 pads, pencils. Okay. But it's just 1 die. So a yellow 4. I have to use the yellow 4 or the 4. Okay. Rulebook, 1 box. And apparently it's in Jamie Stegmaier's favorite top 10 roll and write and random and write games. Okay. It doesn't look too bad. For the print and play digital files, $5, which is normal. If you want a physical version, only certain countries. So, Lamageddon. Okay, that doesn't sound interesting. Shipping information only to certain countries, but which countries are those? And I have to press this one, and I can see Canada and United States. So cancel. Okay. Valkyries, goddesses of the north. Nah. Flip voice, flip down. 2 new flip and write titles. Alien Agendas, a card game where the truth is in the deck. Well, it's not out there, it's in the deck. D6, okay. Bullet shaped dice. Nah, thank you. No, thank you. The giant mech campaign you have been waiting for. Deep mech customization. Not sure what this is, but I'm gonna look at it. Steamboat Arcana Tarot. Okay, it's a tarot game. So we're skipping that. Lightbound Legends. STL files. Dungeon Box. Jackbox meets Dungeons and Dragons. Not sure if that looks like. Lovecraft Games Collection. Cthulhu Rift. Kadath. Multiple games. Vine. Of high producing green beans. It's just green beans. With Vine, I was like, oh, it's a grapevine. So we're doing wine again. But no. Living miniatures. No, my miniatures don't leave. Toon Guard board game. And tabletop role-playing game. So it's a mix of both, sure. 3 new Battle Zoo secret tomes for Shadow Dark. I'm guessing Shadow Dark is an RPG. It says so there. Cold door coasters. Cube creators. The battle card game made by a 7-year-old. And that's making me forced to pay for it? Nope. Campania English edition. Okay. Old school tactical. Well, that's a chit war game. I know that. And RPG books in manga style. Flip voice and flip down. Right stuff. Okay. 1 to 4 players. One is faster than the other. Few pledge levels 29, 27, or 52 for both. Flip down plus flip down in frontier, and flip. If you get everything, it's 95 bucks. All physical pledges include the print and play version. How did you rename yourself? Thank you for the subscription. How are you doing? The retail print and play, $5 for one, $5 for the other, $7 for everything. Wait, what's my social team ninja doing right now? Why is my... Just a second. So I cannot pop up your text because my social stream ninja was like, ooh, freaking out. But yeah. You have to rename. Why are you changing? Well, I am considering to change my name to Dutch Yoda Plays because that's my YouTube and all my other handles. So I'm considering changing my Twitch as well, but haven't done it yet. So why are they sharing this again? Is this the second time they're doing this? To create it. They only did flip down and flip voyage. So now they're just combining it with flip down. So flip voyage and flip down is a new frontier. So I'm guessing it has an update or something. I'm not sure what is a new concept. Ricochet bonuses. Oh, that's probably it. That's a little bit new. Yeah, it's the expansions. I haven't played Fliptown yet. Yeah. Is it popping up? Wow, it's not even responding anymore. Why is that? I have to check. I cannot pop up your things anymore. No, I need to be here. Hi, Cosmic Beat. Thank you. Yeah, it works again. Thank you. I don't know what outbroke, but yeah. Good to see you. You're not homeless, you're just lost. Okay, that's... Oh, not sure how to interpret that. But I'm glad that you are here again. How are you doing, Cosmic Beat? And thank you for the subscription. 7 months in a row. Wow. This does look interesting. I would just go for the print and play. I need a proper way to print cards though. I saw somebody who printed proper cards, and I will have to ask them what machine they use and what kind of paper. But Flip Town and Flip Voyage look interesting. The X-Files. Oh, inspired by Ancient Aliens and the X-Files. Okay. X-Files, Ancient Aliens. About the game. 107 card deck, 5 different aliens, over 2 dozen agendas to prove. Beware Project Blue Book and Men in Black as they attempt to cover up. I'm not sure what to think about this. I don't like the artwork. How is that? Because it says inspired by. So it's inspired by, it's not using the actual IP. I think that's how they bypass everything. But yeah. Yeah, but those men were in black. So that's why. Exoterra, the giant mech campaign you've been waiting for. But yeah, it might be. Is this a skirmish type of war game? Well, you have your mech and oh, that's a lot of stuff. Knut, I don't know. One is armor, one is rank, one is speed, I guess. Guessing, I'm not sure. And maybe this is a speedometer. The Lost War has begun. Okay. All sorts of cards. Weird battlefield with this not in there. Probably for a reason, but I don't know. Your foes evolve, adapt, yeah. Awesome mech minis. Is it co-op? Because it has is soloable. Yeah, it has a nice look. Little anime kind of look. Nice miniatures as well. Awesome mech minis. Deck customization, which I like. But is this, yeah, strategic co-op gameplay? So it's kind of like a boss battler, but cooperative. Well, most boss battlers are. Yay! If it played 6 plus, what's it says 1 to 6, 1 to how many? 1 to 4. Yeah, let's see in the add-ons. Do they have extra personalized pilot? Nope, nothing about an expansion for rest. So yeah. Build your jacket, set up your dashboard, setting up the story, setting up the sortie. Okay, if you say so. I was like, oh, setting up the story. Execute daring, please. Improve your chances. Well, that's basically what I do. And withstand your rivals. Outsmart the enemy. Well, that's basically how most games work. And read the rulebook. Well, no, that's not what we're gonna do. Sortie is an attack of troops. Okay, makes sense then. See, I don't know every English word. I don't even know if we have a Dutch word for that. So, might be the same thing. I don't know. Specifically from a defensive posture. Okay. But this one does look cool. I must admit. This one does look cool. 1 to 4, so soloable. How expensive is it? Or how cheap? Oh wait, this is a Legends pledge. Okay. Oh, I was like, that's the base pledge? No. Oh, base pledge, rookie pledge, 149. So you get miniatures box, tales from the new Terra expansion, wooden tokens, and And then shipping, taxes, and VAT not included. You know how much that is. You save $106. Yeah, but I'm paying that in taxes. $149 base pledge. Ooh. Yeah. Come on, we don't prop the French. Come on. But yeah, this one does look interesting. Next up, Dungeon Box. Jackbox meets Dungeons and Dragons. Okay. And they use AI. Anyone will ship at 100 plus quests and campaign cards. Each of these quests and source material are handwritten by our own collector. We write all the major plot points, questions, sorry, the game's AI draws off this information and adapts the storyline. Yeah, no. We need AI to allow. No, you don't. Lovecraft Games Collection. So we have Cthulhu Crusades Duel, apparently. Kaduth and the Cthulhu Rift. Oh, and Cthulhu Mythos something. Sorry, the game's Cthulhu Rift. Take on the role of the secret divisions as you roam Arkham, sealing every last portal, because that's the only thing we ever do. We cannot... Well, there's one game that says Cthulhu must die, but the rest is like close the portal and we beat Cthulhu. It's always close the portal. It's not we fight Cthulhu itself, but we close it. And then Expansion Deluxe, because that's the Nyarlathotep. The extra on the Nyarlathotep. And Dagon. 2 new cases. Okay. Kaduth. It's a 2-player game. 30 minutes. Spell dreamless, but then beware of the chaos. Okay. I've been standing all day and now sitting down on my normally very comfortable stool. Not so much. Okay. Cthulhu Crusades, also 2 people. Ambush, Archer. Yeah. Poop pie? What's poop pie? Oh, it's dominoes. Okay. Yeah, most of them are like, nope. Not gonna lie. I'm not Cthulhu'd out or something, but these just don't do it for me. Vine, a game of growth, grit, and greenery. No AI, so we're Kickstarter exclusive enamel pins. I need to figure out where I can make an enamel pin with my logo. I know who to ask, so where they got theirs. And how much it will cost, because I'm not super rich. A family-friendly tile placement game about growing beans with tangles, twists, and clever connections. So basically we try to... This is the weirdest plant ever. It grows back into each other. That's not how plants work. This makes me think of that, was it a video game or something? I think so, that you had to create a building, but you have to try to keep connecting it until you couldn't anymore. And you had weird buildings like that. Like a building that had an overhang like that and then goes back and then goes... With all weird twists and turns. So this is a nicer use of images, but yeah, I prefer not to use an image with text, but no AI right now. How to play. Draw and place your tiles. Grow beans. At the end of each turn, players have the opportunity to grow bean tile from the market. Bean tiles will have different connection points and 1 to 3 beans on each tile. Well, that's cool. And you can prune, which you can do in real life. It's very simple. It feels like it's done before, but it's satisfying feeling. Holy guacamole, the deluxe version. Yeah, sorry, this is not a game I would go for a full deluxe version. I would go for, oh, this for retails only, the standard edition. I think that would be just fine. Just fine. You got it? I was making a pun. Just fine. Nobody caught on to it. Pumpkin swap, grow wide, not tall. Yeah. With pumpkins and beetles. Oh, that's fun. Little expansion. And then find deluxe base edition. And then with playmats and oh man, that just goes out of hand. And it probably will look very nice, but it's too much. Pumpkin draw, okay. There's a solo mode, which I also like. Pick the produce, foster the meeple, was also happy with it. 90 bucks, you get this. Then you get the expansion with, yeah. Pledge level, you get very nice water droplets, not gonna lie. The deluxe version, so everything is with acrylic tiles, yeah, that gets costly. It's not that type of game for me to do it with the deluxe version, but yeah, it will stay better with tiles. And then we have the playmats, which also look very nice, not gonna lie. Nice playmats with a nice bag for them. I like that. Gnomes and Wizards, never played that. So add-ons, pin, droplets upgrade, playmat, 10 bucks per playmat. It's nice playmat and a bag and additional copies. Looks cute. For me it would be base game and expansion only, and maybe just pick it up at Spiel or something like that. Doomguard, board game and tabletop role-playing game. Earth superheroes and villains must unite to defeat eldritch horrors again. It's a board game, but it's also a tabletop RPG. 1 to 5 players, 60 to 90 minutes, ages 14 and up. Face the ultimate evil, defy the darkness, save Liberty City. Liberty City is from Grand Theft Auto, right? Spawn minions, reveal impending doom, spread corruption. Well, that looks very AI-ish art. Not all of it, but some. We got Blackguard, aka Batman without bat ears. Got Hex, we got Warden. We got Ogre, basically Giant Iron Man. Oh. We got Echo 6, we got Hellcat, basically a lady who doesn't properly dress before a fight. And then we have expansions. We got Swamp Thing, we got Black Panther, we got Mr. Fantastic. Just like the superheroes are certainly. We got Multi-Man, or what's the one from Invincible? We got a zombie, we got a psychic, and we got, yeah. Oh, we got a gargoyle as a minion. And I don't need the book to do the RPG, but just that's this thing I skip. Looks okay-ish. Yeah, not for me today. Made by 7-year-old. Okay. Cube Creators, battle card game. Yeah, you might be 7. Our project does not contain any content solely created using AI. Solely created. We will always have original hand-drawn art at the heart of our creative process. When that's Porter, myself, or we may use AI in following. Content fill, blending or replacing parts of the image. Using image editing, customized generative AI enhancement on Porter's drawing. Image adjustments such as saturation. Okay, that's pretty normal. Language refinements, spelling, grammar, and syntax correction. Well, okay with that as well. It's this one. Customized generative image enhancements. This, it's just borderline like, I get it, but I also don't. And how to play, game art. That turns into this turns into that. Now that's clearly a high enhancement based on the picture. I get that. They should have done the same thing that they did for Cora Quest, which is a fun game, by the way. When they had a professional artist work based on the thing. So yeah, I'm not pushing the big AI button, but yeah, I'm not taking it. Yeah, I'm not gonna break some 7-year-old's heart. Compania English edition, because before it was apparently some Asian language. You played it one. Hi, Barnes. All packed up and ready to go to Gen Con. I have so much FOMO right now. My son and I both have big FOMO because it was almost exactly a year ago that we were in the United States. Well, more than a year ago already. So yeah. But big question is, San Diego Comic-Con always right before Gen Con, or is it just this year that they are next back to back in the weekends? Because if it's always like that, then my son and I will definitely end up in San Diego before going to Indianapolis when we do the West Coast. Well, we'll definitely end up in San Diego, but we want to go to Comic-Con as well. Not just go to San Diego Zoo and visit the Padres game. This looks pretty. You're not sure? All dates are pre-scheduled out. No, it's right before. Yeah, should totally go. If there's too much of a gap, then I have to maybe reverse the trip and start in San Diego, go all the way to Vancouver, and then take the plane to Indianapolis, which means crossing the Canadian border twice. Not sure how the United States feels about that. Like, what did you do for a couple of days in Canada? Visit Vancouver. We'll have to see. But yeah, answer some messages, take a nap, and then wake up and pack for your stream. I totally forgot to put my BGA out because I did 2 solid space inserts, one for pin span and the other one was for Scarabray. You did laundry today. I'm going to do laundry as well. I have like that big of a stack of towels because I'm working in my backyard and it's warm It's mid 80s, mid high 80s right here, right now. So I have to, yeah, well, shower a lot. So I have a big stack of towels that I now have to wash. Otherwise, I cannot shower tomorrow. Thanks for the no two games of Campania are the same. Cool. Did you play this solo bounce? Or did you play with other players? I like the soft tone of the game. Not everybody does, but I like it. Makes it unique. Wow, collector's box is suddenly black. That's something I don't like. Like, oh, we have a nice soft tone board game, and then suddenly black. You played 3-player and it was fun. In Bonds we trust. So it's a fun game. Just raining? We don't have rain until Thursday, Risto. It has been dry since yesterday afternoon. Not that much rain. You're too south in Germany. We had a lot of sunshine. Testimonials, thanking. We have a Bonsonated testimonial. Being able to save your cubes at the location for the next round if you didn't win majority made the game really fun for me. I'm usually worried about area majority games. Oh, I like them, but sometimes it's hard, yeah. But this one made it about strategy and preparation for future rounds. If your plan didn't go right the first time, for future rounds, if your plan didn't go right the first time. I can't wait to play it again. That's a nice big quote. Not just, oh, it was fun. Sometimes fun with boxes. I know that person as well. Such a clever take on worker placement area control where every worker gets its day. Campania is strategic, snappy with stunning artwork. What a joy. That's a good friend of mine from the UK. There's a heat wave in Estonia and you're in the rain. Well, you're in the south of Germany. You're not in the south of Europe. Right? Because Spain, Italy, and Greece, they have always a heat wave around this time. Normally, I would be cooking in Greece or somewhere south, but it's been a while since I've been there. Apo, Hai, Ak. Okay, Ak is Alaska, Hai is Hawaii, Apo. I don't know which state that is, Apo, or which not really state but part of the United States. Is it then considered a colony? The European Union. So that's basically the overseas ports, right? Dealer Starro. Well, that's not something I'm interested in. Pledge manager, $50. Well, that's doable. The deluxe version, yeah, gets more and more expensive the more you get. But yeah, this one does look nice, and I like the idea that your workers can stay along for another turn. That's cool. Oh, skipped one. Wait, Ashimina? Nope. Old School Tactical did not load properly. So, Old School Tactical. Well, it's old school, but it's basically a chit war game. It's one of the oldest ones out there. So if you're into war games, consider this. It's the Battle for France in 1940. Well, spoiler alert, you don't win in 1940. You have to wait until 1944. Because then you invade France on July 6th. Okay, moving up. Queens of Battle, no. Mystery Menagerie Dice, no. 5th edition. So we're almost halfway there. Yeah, the stream is a little bit longer. Found one call to arms. Is it Pressure Luck Deck Builder? Okay. G.I. Joe Risk, which Renegade games is gonna release anyway. Print and play games. Okay, sure. 3 sets. The Souls, Dark Fencer of Just Runes. Hidden Gem board games. Okay. Compass Games is a new one. Frontier Empire comprehensive rulebook bringing 28mm miniatures to life. Yeah. Cold Hand of Fate. 4th chapter. Norse themed adventure part for Dungeon Crawl Classics. That's DGC RPG, not Dallas Cowboys. No. Nope. Road Trip, nope. A Book of Brewing, beer-based stuff, no. 5th edition. Chang'eng's Illusion Tarot, it's tarot cards. I'm kind of done with looking at all the tarot cards, I'm sorry. Floor puzzles, if you want to know how your dog or your cat looks like on the inside, but it's a basic. And Genius Games, they don't make games anymore. They're really focused on the floor puzzles right now. And they're great. The human one is a little bit big, but yeah. You're over 4 feet tall, that's a huge dog. Get Known! The Cultist RPG, a comedy RPG, 5th edition, more dice. Today, another battle. Okay, a solitaire war game. RPG, the Book of 100 Curses. Well, I already know 99 of them. The 100th is probably the one that I don't know, 100 Curses. Dice Goblin coloring book. Yeah, that's illustration. That's not what I filtered for. Please, Kickstarter, fix your filter. If I say tabletop games, I want tabletop games. Battle maps, no. A party game. Spy versus triple agents. Assendelft, the Netherlands. Oh, it's a Dutch game. Did it open in a different tab? No, it did not. Handcrafted retro pinball. So why are they all on a console? And I'm almost at 10-ish. No, can skip those. Masterpiece, a competitive art heist board game, because yeah, we don't have those. Prism, do you love the roll? No, not anymore. Okay, Valiant Wars, Call to Arms is a follow-up. Is the follow-up Pressure Luck Deck Builder Expand along with new champions and expansions. That's too much text. Maid, Tactician, Feather Witch, Riven Lord. Okay. If you like the chibi artwork, this is, no, it's not really chibi, but you know what I mean. The big eyes, googly artwork, which at some point I do like, but sometimes I'm like, okay, now I've seen enough of that. So base game, expansions, booster packs, so you don't know what you're getting, so it's a trading card game. Oh, then you lose it immediately with me. And shipping, yeah, a lot. No, not for me. So, Risk G.I. Joe. I'm not the biggest Risk player, and I think if I look at that, they didn't change much. Asia is still green, this is still yellow, this is still red, this is still orangey, and this is also red, right? This is purple. This used to be blue. But yeah, putting a G.I. Joe theme on a Risk game. Nah, they use the exact same territories. And they just put a G.I. Joe theme on it. Yeah. I'm not feeling it. I'm not the biggest G.I. Joe fan. So, but it's doing well. But I believe this one will be coming out anyway. So it has Avalon Hill, licensed by Hasbro and done by Renegade. So that's a big collaboration. Sorry, that was the word. Okay, Trade of Museris, India board game designers collectively. So Sinoli and Tadoba. It is funded. So how to play? Sinoli, place meeples, excavate relics at the different soil levels. Okay, gain immediate benefits. Suspend extra points to move between shops and goods, sell goods, to ship cards and port and gain rewards. Track your progress with player sheet bonuses. React to the crowd pawn and visit special shops. Tabletop, move through the jungle using terrain rules. Reveal spotting tokens to pick critter cards. Assign critter cards to field guide areas. Replace tokens and plan your next move. Not sure. 3 games is a lot. So, complete collection is print and play, but then you have to print and play your own tiles, which is a lot of work, but yeah, it's print and play, so it's affordable. So I would never stop anybody for doing that. Okay, let's open my 3rd copy because we're already an hour and a half in. A $3 print and play solitaire board game features open tile laying. No restrictions on how tiles overlap each other. Okay, so there are no restrictions. Type a road. Oh, wow. This just makes me... What? They don't even have to touch each other. Gameplay all in. Just $3. Or you can be a super supporter. It's not expensive. That's the benefit of print play. Okay. We need a new compass game. Basically, we got a new chit war game. They refuse to use the side menu. Mounted map. Where are we playing? Do we recognize? Oh, the entire globe. And we have a separate Europe map. Because, yeah, Europe is too big. Get gnomes! Command your army of garden gnomes to steal your opponent's lawn ornaments and win this wacky backyard board game. Okay. How do we play? Dress for success. So we're dressing up a gnome. Power up your gnome with wacky outfits. Play cards to put your master strategy into motion. Battle enemy gnomes to overpower and outmaneuver your opponent's defenses. Raid opponent's mushroom gnomes to steal their lawn ornaments and claim victory. How many players is this? Because I don't want to play this one-on-one. 2 to 4. Okay. It's a unique theme. I'm not sure if I'm liking it, because you can get a bomb, you can get a string, or you can get a turtle, so you don't know what you're getting. Hey, James. I hope I have been entertaining while you were working. This looks goofy, fun, but yeah, maybe not for me. Today, another battle. Overview. Why can I click it? Oh, wait. Nope, we're not doing YouTube. Game printed out and ready to play. It's still a chit war game, but it's a solitaire chit war game. Did they actually screenshot their YouTube to make a link to YouTube? You know you can embed those videos, right? Been a long day. It's a yawn. $11 for the print and play. Another print and play. All Normandy, but then you get the full game, I guess. No, it's all print and play. Yeah. Okay. Name the spies. Are they really a spy? Yeah, they're considered a spy. Okay, we have James Bond, Mata Hari. Oh, I forgot the name. The James Bond spin-off. You know, from the Spy Who Shagged Me. Austin Powers, thank you. Nikita. I forgot which spy they play. Is it Mission Impossible? Yeah. I don't know who that is. Of course, we know Black Widow. Is this the Saint? Or she put him in Saint, and this was Salt, I believe. So I only don't know this one. Is it Charlie's Angels? Just one of them? Hey, I know this game. Spy first, spy first, spy. This game looks very familiar. I haven't played this. How to play the game? Yeah. Why such a name? It's not something that's made in China and then shipped to you. Well, depends on where it's being made. It's still. You get several PDF with text. Jan Karel de Wolf. Never heard of them, even though they're Dutch. But yeah. Born is Matt Damon. Is that Matt Damon? Because it's. Oh, that might be. Cannot clearly make out the eyes on this one. But yeah, basically you get a PDF with the rules and that's it. So, even though they're Dutch, nope. Ditch screens. You're in the tabletop game section. Of course we're ditching screens. This does make me think my grandmother had a wooden pinball machine. Basically you just bing, and then depending on how much speed you gave it, it landed up somewhere and gave points. Basically like this, only that one straight and then with a curve, and then with nails it could bounce around. So I had fun with that thing as a kid. Just a little metal ball, ping, you got 3, and then yeah, that's it. You scored a total of points. So if you scored the highest one, which we practice a lot on, like, but then you could only score maybe twice if you're lucky. 3 times, it was a miracle. But yeah. I don't like this one, that it's circular. Somehow I just don't like it. But yeah. It's fun. I wouldn't buy it, but it's fun. I had a lot of fun. So sadly, I did not get that game when my grandmother passed away. I would have loved it just for nostalgic reasons. It had basically it was a hunting game, so you shot on animals. The top one was basically, I think, a deer or an elk, not entirely sure. And the lower you go, the smaller the animals, but the less points they were worth. And if you did went down, yeah, you missed. This game is shipping. Is it shipping cheaper to Australia? Well, maybe because it's made in that area. No, it's made in Hong Kong. So yeah, that might be some reason. That's why it's cheaper to ship to Australia. But yeah. Masterpiece. No. First created. Competitive art heist board game. Well, also that theme is not unique. Bypass these protections, players gather intel. They're homemade into China, yeah, but I think it's cheaper to move from Hong Kong than from China because you're already closer. You don't have to pass Indonesia, or do you have to pass Indonesia? I don't know exactly where Hong Kong lies compared to, or at least you're closer. You're not coming all the way from Beijing. Can you use the Mona Lisa as an image? Just wondering. Lose a starter coin. Lose a starter coin, the Mona Lisa's. Nah, not feeling this one. Prism, a tabletop system. So create a tabletop system that combines old school wisdom with modern mechanisms. Sorry, what's a prism? That feels very RPG-ish. Strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. I have none of those. Well, that's not true. I have strength. Okay. Cursed Root. Gold Falls, keep your cards safe. Steal files. Genesis, Battle of Champions. Launch Team, Evolved trading card game. Damned Ruins, the Curse and Chords, 2 new warbands for Damned Ruins designed. This sounds like an RPG, so I'm skipping that one. STL files, another trading card game, not the biggest fan, but I will look at it. An Tarot RPG trading card game, yeah, I'm skipping that. Bringing the world of filmmaking to your table. We already have that. It's called Roll Camera. But sure. Hey, Joshua Mason, it's that time of year again that Joshua Mason does a new game. Emotional support papers. Okay. Rifles, revolvers, and ray guns. That's for D&D, advanced D&D. UV RPG. Be going up fast. RPG, Wizard Time, the Harry Potter Pocket Watch. Well, currently I'm skipping anything Harry Potter. For those who don't know, there has been a lot of backlash to CGE because they're doing a Harry Potter code names. And since J.K. Rowling is very anti-trans, they think, well, maybe you should not give her more money or work with her. Okay, Spooky Hoopies. Vampire versus werewolf basketball game. Well, the one can fly, the one can run and jump. Definition decision. Kill your bot. A Figital. What's a Figital card game? To become human again. Me becoming human? Never. Dragon RPG. Oxalis, Leaf Edition, new playing cards, Leviathan, Union Fleet, and more Airstream for more Airstream Leviathan. So there's more units, not that special. Wow, more rollers. Wings of Sin. Saint Nicholas's companions compete to see who capture or sacrifice the most and naughtiest children. What kind of game? Krampusnacht. Okay. Be the best Krampus. Grim Dark Fest, Ninja Frogs, Teenage Mutant Ninja Frogs. Dream Up, the game of creative collaboration, and that's why we need an magic 8 ball. Okay. We're not there yet, but we are reaching the top. I have something in my eye, which I don't like. Okay, Genesis, Battle of Champions. Nothing about AI. I don't like the playing board with those rainbowy colors. It's not clearly on which side is yours. Like that. What is Metamorphosis? Well, dual-sided cards. Okay. It's from a trading card game, and I just don't like this happy. 345022. That's a weird number to go for. No. Nope. Okay, more trading card game. Fund a competitive trading card game team. I'm not supporting a team. Win tournaments. Get money. An anime-inspired trading card game. More trading card games. Cards and art. Wow. From here, the text on the card is not legible and it's super busy and nope. Nope, not feeling it. Next. Hollywood Dream, the board game. How to play, okay. Objectives of the game, release your movie using the... Okay. Purchasing script, hiring required actors, and preparing necessary special effects and equipment. What is... Yeah, okay. Was something on my feet. Take an action, place worker, and do that action. It's a basic worker placement game to get stuff done. It doesn't feel that unique. So, no. Maybe quite possibly, perhaps a little too much murder. Murder by Magic, Murder Mayhem Lollipops, Murderopolis. Oh, does Murderopolis work with Sprawlopolis? I'm still waiting on Naturopolis. It has been stuck at customs for over a week now. I don't get a message from customs that I have to pay import tax or anything, so I'm still waiting. Alright, Joshua Mason again. Oh, so much text on your card. Stop doing that. Stop doing that, Joshua. I might at some point get your game. Emotional Support Papers brings a fresh new take on party card games by showing the dark side of greeting cards with adult humor. Yeah, because that hasn't been done before. Okay, this is a box. I know. What's inside of it? Get well soon. They say it gets worse before it gets better. Get fucked. Oh, get effed. Sorry. Bleep that. Get effed. And then get better, please. Wow, I said the word before I tried to. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to. Generous support. All unveiled your price of 60 new cards to feast your eyes. Drunk guy. Friends who are family. Yeah. Nope. Spooky oops. Okay. Oh man, if you don't know web design, please don't. So they put this all in a header text. And now it's one big menu item. Ah. Come on, it's close to midnight. Don't do this to me. Use this card after drawing and before any other card to restart your turn at the draw phase. That doesn't sound too well. Block, dunk, pass, layup. Wow, we get all the cards and not one way on how to play because it's all in the side menu. Mans, you should be sleeping, or are you still not done with messages? Kill your bot. A Figital card game. No, it did not break me and just made me Florida man. You have killed a bot inside you. To succeed, you'll need cards. Wow. You have to use what makes you human. Why do I have a scroll bar over here? The robot will hunt you. That's an image of a Terminator. Why are you using an image of a Terminator? That's IP infringement. Come on. And to be fair, I suspect the use of AI, but cannot prove it. Almost done with the image and messages. I can send more messages if you want. Ready for a nap, but we'll go for a walk. Okay, have a good walk, James. Kill your robot. Yeah, I'm not feeling this one whatsoever. Krampusnacht. The notice list. Coming to Gen Con? Click here and find out how to check out the game. No, just tell me. I'm not coming. Just so this is a quote and they again. That's not how you do quotes. Campus Seattle. Just when you think you're winning, you can guarantee something chaotic is going to throw a wrench in your plan. We had a great time. Why is it that people like to annoy each other with take that? I'm fine with blocking another, but not if it doesn't help me in the meantime. I go for myself first and then try to see if I can do something that also hinders another. But I'm not to take that kind of people. Dream up the game of creative collaboration. Again, no side menu. The image is just as good on family game night as it is in the boardroom. Yeah, but you're not presenting your game really good, so we're continuing. Take the Throne, a card game of tactics and deceit. The Tragedy of Othello. Isn't there already a game called Othello? Appleseed playing cards. Dice Stars. New. Okay, no, we're skipping that. Solo RPG, always fun to solo RPG if you have the time. Nope. Army of Lizardman, RPG, Game Delights. Lamps for gamers, because they look, well, to be fair, I want to see how much they cost, because they look interesting. Murder Mystery Game, STL Files, Lands of the Tropics, Summer Tabletop RPG, Hater, the dice game. Yahtzee meets Phase 10. I never played Phase 10. Crystal Collapse Tactical Strategy War Game. Okay. We're almost at the top, by the way. Innsmouth, The Stolen Child, Lovecraft Game Book. So it's an RPG, I suppose. Beast and Diplomacy. That doesn't sound like it would work together. STL files, Tree Stump Dice Tower, which looks cool, but we don't look for that. And let's see, do we have anything new since the Draenei Sisters? Shadow City, Blood and Neo. Oh, it's also a role-playing game, so we can skip that one. Okay, Take the Throne. Tactical Card Battler. Attack, infiltrate, charge. Not feeling this one. The artwork is just too bland. And the new pre-mat is like, what? No. Yeah, not feeling this one. The Tragedy of Othello. Okay, I'm not that familiar with the work of Mr. Shakespeare, at least not Othello. Romeo and Juliet and the other big ones, yeah, but Othello, I missed that one. Never learned about that one. Two copies at a discount, Othello and the Tragedy of Othello. Get 10% off, but why would I buy two if I only need one? GameStar bundle, guest star bundle. Your face here. Nope. Cameo edition. Family plays games. Boxed meatballs. Fun with boxes. No drama games. I don't know them all, but shipping UK in the EU is like what? Yeah, that's almost doubling the cost, especially with VAT. Sorry, but that shipping to the EU is just way too high. For me, it is. Might be a good game. Do we have a how to play thing? Only the videos. And I love fun with boxes, and Libby is also cool, and I love Our Family Plays Games, even though I dirtied their shirt. I have their shirt, one shirt of them, but I use them in the backyard, so it's all covered in dirt. I have to clean it. Yeah. Only how to play video, then yeah, I'm out. Yeah. Started today, I guess, so. Okay, the D lights. I don't need a meeple light. Physical or STL files. Kind of cool. For less hassle, you can add a 1 meter cable lamp or lamp holder, a switch and a power socket. Yeah, I know. Available physical copies and STL files. The D20 looks nice. Let's put it on the shelf. I'm not sure how big it is. I think the meeple might fit on a shelf. Oh, that's a light I need in my game room. But these look cool as well. Numbers engraved, no numbers, hidden numbers. So you don't see, only visible with lights on. Without base, with base, and hanging from the ceiling. Well, I can arrange that. And meeples. Yeah, that looks cool. Digital files, 25 euros. One lamp, 45. Okay, and how much is shipping? Shipping Europe, 14 euros, that's doable. Get 3, it's still 14 euros. Yeah, kind of cool. Dunkelstein, an AR tabletop murder mystery. Oh, AR. Why AR? How to play, open the box, unlock the story, set the stage. Playing guide Helene, explore the villa, solve puzzles, use GPS, guide Helene through the dark secrets of Dunkelstein. And steer the narrative. So mostly is done on the phone. Oh wait, I forgot. In different way than most Kickstarter, we attempt to develop a small conversational AI. Yeah, that still counts as nope. Hater, a dice game. Yassim is faced in. How to play Hater. Run of 5 and 3. The same. 4 sets of 2, 4 sets of 3s, 4 sets of 5s. 3 the same, 3 the same, and 2 the same. So that's how you all have an 8. Doesn't really sound very spectacular, so moving on. Crystal Collapse, a tactical tabletop board game, but I have to check first. No, nothing about AI. Because it has a lot of artwork. That witch floating around there. A dragon. Two backers, and it has a pledge goal of $1. €1 even, right? Yeah, well, probably $1, $2, £1. Okay. Print, paint, play. Yeah, that's 3D printing, but I don't want to do that. Rebirth of the Tactics JRPG. I'm not a big fan of JRPG, but yeah, it's kind of like an RPG, but kind of also not, because it feels like a dungeon crawl. Oh, cannot drink from the side if the lid is not fully open. Miniature showcase. This is how it looks like if it can be painted. Gameplay. Choose your heroes, battlefield objectives, fight. Yeah, okay. That's basically it. Yeah. Nope. Beasts and Diplomacy. 100% of the Art Foundation has been created using generative AI. Well, at least they're honest. Bye-bye. Oh, okay. Only game found left to do. We have Chaos Fear. We have Imperial Twin, Dragons and Languages. I have no idea what it is. The Ronin's Daughter, role-playing. Chonker Party, team play, and Drunken Chonker. That doesn't sound too well. Swords and Sorcery. Is that a reprint? Dice Commandos, solo game of the month. 3D printing. Das Rollenspiel, that sounds very German. Paint with, a survival card game about farts. Second edition of 1906. I sold my copy of 1906. It's a good game, but after a while it never hit the table anymore. Diceculus, of Popes and Plagues, Pixie Trails, and Donning the Sacred Heart, Limits of Glory Campaign 5. And I believe that's it. If I press refresh, yet nothing new. Okay. Chaosphere Itonak Vanguard by Aura Games Legends. Never heard of them. How to play. Explore and resolve events. Fight while managing your resources. Okay. Resolve your attempts. Visit spaceports to upgrade and face the final boss. It's probably a lot of grinding. Core game only 35. Well, that's doing. That's a core game. This is the base game. Core gameplay. Okay. I don't need a t-shirt. Okay, sphere bundle. Well, still doable. They don't have stretch pay though. And you are on Game Found and you don't have stretch pay. Does look interesting. How many players is this? 1 to 2. So you're fighting the other person or you're... Oh, co-op. Solo co-op. Okay, cool. Cool. That doesn't look too bad. Looks kind of interesting. Next up. Imperial Twin Dragons and Languages. That looks like a cheap version of Magic. This game is available in English. Ce jeu est disponible en français. Dieses Spiel ist auf Deutsch erhältlich. Ese juego está disponible en español. So, I still butchered some languages, but I don't care. Maple University. What do I get in the base game? A lot of cards. The Bra of Destiny. I could use a little bit of support. I don't like that. It's a style. It's not my style, but it's unique. Well, at least more unique to have that monochromatic kind of 50 Shades of Green, 50 Shades of Red, 50 Shades of Blue, and apparently 50 Shades of Grey. Had a bad roll, use cats to re-roll, because yeah, cats knock your dice off the table anyway. And then, wow, hard blue. So it looks pretty, but if you have hard break in between, it still doesn't look, because the lines don't go. Shadow Jack, Bram Vonk, Spel en Dreef. I have heard of Spel en Bedreef. I did not know his full name was Bram Jonk. You have drawn a dragon. Yay! Dragons do nothing for free. Poor dragons. Shipping a VAT. EU. Oh, not that hard. And what are the rewards level? 45. French language pack. Spanish language pack. Dragon Rider. Imperial. Okay, this is confusing. Yeah, let's move on. So this sounds like a drinking game. Trick-taking party game for 2 to 6 players. It takes 5 minutes to learn and played in 10 minutes. Team play collaborative. Okay, but why the drunk part? Drunken chunker. That's a not suitable for work kind of look. Which allows to combine chunker decks for a new engage. So now you have to drink, or you get drunk. Truth or dare. Super simple, and I love a good trick-taking game. Okay. Shelf No Shame. I know them. I've heard of them at least. Not really. Board Game Addict is one I respect the best from that list. Most I don't know, so. How to play drunk. How to play team play. Setting up, shuffle the deck, deals a card, deal an extra card face down. It's just trick taking, right? And how do we play this one? It looks almost the same. Play any number of cards. The Chuck champion can decide to continue the round, but you don't have to drink. Probably recommend it. Every time a drink is taken, with a drink card to win a drink or a pick card. Okay. Yeah, no. Taburo Dungeon Sword and Sorcery. A beloved adventure game for the Taburo system. But Sword and Sorcery has been out for a while, and it's basically it's on the the playmat with NFC chips, right? Making it way more expensive. So basically, Swords and Sorcery can now be played with a digital playmat where you put everything on so it knows what is where and what is doing there. And now it's working for the Taburo system, which currently only supports Zombicide, I believe, and maybe Cthulhu Death May Die. Not entirely sure what works on the Taburo system. What is Taburo? Yeah, it's a system on the board, smart miniature, basically with NFC chip or RFID, sorry. Multiple devices. Yeah, I'm not too interested in the Taburo system and Swords and Sorcery. Don't believe I have played it, so it's a good game as I understand it as a dungeon crawl, but yeah, the Taburo system I'm not going to use that much. Well, it would work nice for streaming though, if you stream the results of the board playmat on screen. Dice Commandos. So solo only. This month's add-on Okinawa. I already have Okinawa somewhere. Still have to play it. Dice Commandos. Those gameplay. Choose your team, enemies, and scenario. Wow, we're gonna fight the T-Rex apparently. Strategically defeat enemies to gain fury and equip loadouts. Yeah. Hi, Dutch Anakin. How are you? Hope you are well. You are very quiet. Are you downstairs or upstairs or in your room? Yeah, I'm not feeling this Dice Commandos one. With a survival card game about parts. You survive by minimizing your exposure to other players' nauseating odors. At the same time, you are trying to get others to fully experience your own personal expelled perfumes. It's a fart game. Yeah, no. You're watching some YouTube on your TV. Okay. Looping Games. Looping Games makes 19XX games with the 19 title. They have also 1975. I don't know which one that is. White Christmas. That sounds like a Vietnam War kind of thing. 1 game, 3 games. I don't need 3 games. 12 games, only for European stores. What's in the box? Well, I have played 1906. It's a good game. Oh, they have new solo mode. Well, that's nice. I don't think I played it solo. Stand-down mechanic that balances action now with turn order later. Yeah, Dr. Meeple mentioned rather the ratio of gameplay depth versus shelf space is excellent. Yeah, those 19XX games are like video cassette size games. They are nice. Yeah, how to play with heavy cardboard and how to play with Dorado. But they aren't explaining more about 1975. That's the one I haven't played yet. So let's see, which one have I played. I have played San Francisco. I've played ISS. I've played the Channel Tunnel. I don't think I played 1980, 1942. I have played 23. I have played 2011, and don't know which one that is, but I'm not entirely sure. 1902. Yeah, I've played this one. Plisman, Amazon, Scott. Yeah, I did not play the Cotton Club. Wall Street I did. 42 Yorktown, Channel Tunnel. The 16 Chapel I haven't played. White Christmas I haven't, and the ISS I have played. And I believe I don't own any of them anymore. I did sell them all at some point, because at some point, yeah, you're done. Pick up at Spiel, or pick up at or shipment at Spain, because they're a Spanish company. So yeah, I would get more games and then do that. Look at a theme that interests you and probably combine that. Diceculus. Is that Hercules with dice? 1 to 7 players. Rulebook, scoring tables. Each player assigns 7 dice to variables, minimum 1 die on 3 variables. Note it down on your player sheet. Flip 1 card per round as prediction. Roll up to 3 times per variable. No picking. Dice use total. Log your results. Yeah, man, this feels like a really weird scoring thing. Now, Popes and Plagues. How much? $21. And then still spread out over 3 months. And the old. Using the same picture doesn't help. So I don't know what's the difference between those. A coloring book. Well, I don't need a coloring book. Add-ons. Dice tray. Nah. How to play. Players control a village and try to build their population during a brief period of prosperity. And then the plague hits. Nah. Pixie Trails, 2 to 4 players. Welcome, enter the whimsical world of pixies. In Pixie Trails you play as a pixie foraging for snacks, collecting feathers, building friendships and playing with charms. Pixies are playful, albeit an innately competitive species. Okay. 6+, so it's definitely a more kids game. I like acrylic standees. Playboards, 2 location tiles, 16 direction cards, charm, 1 friendship tree, friendship tokens, feather tokens. Yeah, okay, how to play. All players simultaneously play a direction card face down. All players reveal their direction cards simultaneously and move their pixies accordingly. Okay. Players then take actions at the location based on the numbers of pixies at their location. Okay, that's kind of fun little mechanism. Players may use charm to gain advantages. Enter 4 rounds, play with the most food wins. Alternatively, if any player reaches 7 on the friendship tree, they win. They are the best friend. Yeah, simple, light. I understand the 6+. Donning the Sacred Heart. Is it about the Sacré-Cœur in France? Yeah, it's in Paris. Feels like a war game. Gameplay overview without proper. Here's the map. Feels like a chit war game. Not sure if it is. Might be block war game, but. Ooh, itch. Itch, itch, itch. Itch, 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 itch. Artist. It's kind of like a chit war game. Okay. Yeah, we already looked at that one. So, pick of the week. Ooh, pick of the week, pick of the week. So we had Northwest, that looked interesting, but then all the other stuff came and like, well, okay. Rip Voids, which is 2 games basically. Exoteria looks very cool, but expensive. Vine looks very cool, but expensive to ship. And Compania looks the most interesting. And we have Bonds, who says it's a fun game. So in Bonds we trust. And Compania will be the pick of the week from level 99 games. They make a solid game, so that's it. I still have 1 coffee left. Oh, I'm gonna drink that soon. Let's go to Board Game Geek for 1 second. Board Game Geek slash GenCon preview. And I don't have my filters on, so turn my filters on. I have not prioritized, and I only want to see Dutch and English. Let's see. 25 titles. Huddle, Fantasy Football, yeah. Badges from Mars, yeah. Regicide Legacy, already know that, yeah. Keep the Faith. Really looks like a biblical type game. Witch Hunt, Peanuts, Star Wars Unlimited, even more hard drive kick, but they don't even have images. An expansion for the gang. So if you own the gang and you like the gang, maybe get the expansion. It's something I would, yeah, put it on the must-have. Age of Comics, I already have that. It's one older time and Timeless Journeys, the Italian Grand Tour, and I don't know about this one. Just gonna go a quick overlook. Doom, the Dark Ages arena board game. I already looked at it. Looks interesting. Spin Master has Cool, Mine, and Tetris, and Woof, Woof, Woof. That's all I can say. Star Wars Super Teams. Does it have an image? It does not have an image. And no, re-implements Sonic Super Teams. Oh yeah, it's just a re-team. Yeah, nothing major currently. Yeah, I'm not doing. No, let's go to the proper pick of the week. Stupid Yoda was still in the way. I'm not doing what to watch for Wednesday tomorrow. As you can see, there were only a couple of games, so nothing major to look at. I will be back on Thursday when I'm doing Cat Saga, which is coming to Kickstarter in September. I'm going to do a live playthrough, and that's it. Wrong one, wrong button. We're not there yet. We need to find somebody to raid. Sorry, scared you all. Let's see who is live that we can raid. I don't see any board games. We can raid Reina. Let's raid Reina. Reina is playing the old school game Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So we're gonna raid Reina. Everybody, thank you for being here. Have fun over at Reina, and I will be back on Thursday with Cat Saga, which is kind of like a roll and write, still a little bit RPG-ish, so should be fun. Bye everybody.